joining me as the author of this book, which is a memoir that has been penned by her. Deepti Naval, thank you very much for joining me on the Newshour tonight. A country called childhood, that is how you've named your memoir.
Yeah.
What's the mystery behind the name? Yes. A country called childhood?
This phrase actually comes from the book itself. You know, it's one of the passages has the phrase, a country called childhood, where we once lived and continue to feel nostalgic about. So that's where the title was picked up.
Did it come to you while you were writing your memoir? Did you have it in your mind before you started writing it? You know, childhood is something that we look at as a very uncomplicated phase of our life. What made you write this book on this theme called childhood?
Yes, because I think I grew up in a very fascinating environment. In Amritsar in the late 50s and all of 60s. I left the place in 71 and I was a full-fledged teenager. I'd been through my teens over there, and one chunk of life had finished and then the next phase would begin. So it was like a place where we all lived at one time, and that is a country. It's like a country because it has all these so many aspects. So I called it, I mean, it just came about in my writing of it, and the phrase got picked up by the publisher saying we are going to call this book Country Called Childhood. So
Deepti Naval, how do you remember your childhood in Amritsar? You know, you've mentioned a lot about the pictures that have been clicked and a story through the pictures, and these pictures, you know, of the locality, the photography was a privileged passion to pursue, you say, at that time. Who clicked these pictures and how had they become a part of your life?
No, not at that time. Yeah, I mean, there was just one photo studio around the corner. I think it was called a Prabhat Studio. That's where we used to go for our portraits, family photographs, family portraits. And then there was later another photo studio down on Queen's Road called Shivram Studio. But that's when we all became teenagers and we wanted to be photographed. You know, wo alag phase tha. But photography as such, no. Somebody or the other, I think in the family, owned, my father had a camera. It was a box camera. And somebody or the other must have been taking pictures every now and then. So I just have this whole collection of photographs, and then I've collected a lot more pictures from relatives, and so I have a huge collection now.
What is really the story that Dipti Naval is sharing with the world through this book? You know, simply, दिल की वो कौन सी बात है जो आप दुनिया के साथ शेयर करना चाहते हैं?
हाँ, मैं बताना चाह रही हूँ कि जहाँ मैं पैदा हुई, जहाँ मैं पली बढ़ी, वो एक अलग ही दुनिया थी. वो आज एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती है. I want to share that with everyone.